1, 2, 3. Welcome to Off the Rails, a podcast where we talk about anything and everything while trying to stay on topic. I'm Justin.
And I'm Natasia.
And today's topic is passions, specifically like kind of how to find them, if we have some
have any at all.
some tips and tricks.
Motivational speech.
Yep.
And we have our friend
Hannah.
Torjesen.
Give us some fun facts.
I don't know. I don't know. What should I say?
Let's say name, grade, and passion.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm Hannah, like I said. I'm a rising senior.
That's right.
Yeah, that's so weird. And I guess probably my biggest passion is dance. But also I feel like you can have a lot of different passions.
Mm-hmm.
So also
we can delve into that.
Yeah, we can
more
get into
today.
that in a bit. But yeah, that's intro.
Yes, so me and Hannah are dance buddies for our school and also buddies outside of dance too.
Buddies.
I think that our school specifically does a really good job at making sure their students have quote unquote passions or hobbies that can turn into passions. Because that's usually how it starts out, at least for me. That's what it was like. It was dance was first my hobby, and I was like, oh, this is fun to do every other day.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy it, and then I wanted to do it every day.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, I started loving it. Being in the dance room.
No, yeah. I agree. I think the school does do a really good job because we also have a lot of facilities and programs
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, not just athletics but arts and service, and so everyone can sort of find their own lane within that.
They kind of try to integrate you really young as soon as you get in middle school. I remember they had the GK high school students come in and talk to us
Mm-hmm.
in the middle school and stuff. So I mean, yeah, they pretty much promote all of the activities and stuff going on in any grade level pretty early on, I guess. So that's pretty good. But do you guys, I mean, I know you guys do dance and stuff, you're super committed to it, but would you be open to doing something new? I mean, I know we're seniors soon, but
I think I'm
Would
always
you?
open to do something new. I know that dance is a very much one of my biggest passions, but another quote unquote passion of mine is just helping others, and I always try my best to help others. If you go back to our character flaws episode, I talked about my white knight syndrome. It's that. It's I always try to help others, so just finding things or clubs even in which I can help others. That's kind of what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think oftentimes you have one passion that sort of takes over the majority of your
Mm-hmm.
time, but that doesn't mean necessarily that that's the only thing you can do, I think a lot of people have that misconception that I have to be good at one thing,
or,
so I do that
devote
all the
your time
yeah.
to this
You
one
you
thing
really
and be
don't.
really good at
You
it.
There's so many athletes who does multiple sports,
Yeah.
and they love all the sports they do. There's multiple artists who paint different types of mediums, and they love every single medium. So I think a main thing to keep note of all the time, if you are struggling to find a passion, is just don't be afraid to dip your toes in the water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, we're just doing this for whoever wants to relate to our passions, and also people who don't have a thing that you're necessarily super, I don't know,
Passionate about.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have an activity you've been doing since you were 5 years old, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't really have that either. I mean, I'm talking about this thing today, but I don't really have something that I'm super into. And I just keep saying that I'm gonna find it. I'm worried that I'm not gonna find it because like if I just keep thinking like, oh, I'll like eventually like just like stumble into it, then like, you know. But yeah, I mean, it used to be basketball for me, but then I was just like, you know, like when you have like hobbies or whatever, but like I mean, I thought basketball was like my hobby or like almost my passion, but like it was pretty much like my dad who like got me into it. It was like kind of like my parents like not they weren't pressuring me, but they just like really wanted me to be doing something like you know, like dedicating a lot of my time to. So I was doing that for a while, but then I realized I didn't really like it that much, so I just stopped. Yeah.
There definitely has to be some like personal interest. Like if you aren't really interested at the start, there's no way that it can actually become something.
But like the thing is,
really
I was trying to convince myself that I actually liked it. And I'm realizing, only like now am I realizing I didn't really like it that much because I wouldn't want to go to practice. I mean, I like the games and stuff, but I just didn't really like doing the work, which is kind of concerning.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes you have to go through like a lot of different, like trying a lot of different things and realizing that you, basically trial and error. Cause like for me even, I think everyone like when you're like a little kid, a lot of people are like enrolled in like dance classes, like baby ballet, you know?
Yeah, I did
that. I think like so many people have, especially in like our generation for some reason.
Also like piano.
Yeah, piano.
I was the
music
piano
lessons.
kid.
But like when I first did dance, like at that age, like really little, I didn't actually like it that much because I was doing like ballet and everything was like repetitive, very like, and that wasn't what like my thing at the time, and so as a little kid, you lose motivation very quickly if you're like not super into something. Bored, so like I quit dance originally when I was like 7, and I didn't come back to it till later. So I think like, and then I tried a lot of things in between, right? Like volleyball, like literally the most random stuff. Like you try because you're trying to.
Athlete.
No, stop! But you're like trying to find like something that you can devote your time to, and then eventually realize, oh wait, dance kind of cool.
Yeah, I think we just need to normalize that it's okay not to have a passion right now. Like, we're literally in high school. Exactly. We don't have to devote our life to one thing or several things right now. And it's like, it's a process, and sometimes process fails. And you just gotta redo it again. Like, so I was a late bloomer when it comes to dance. Started freshman year-ish. And that's when it became a hobby, and when I knew it was more of a passion, it's when like homework didn't seem like a burden to me. Like all my free time, I would try to like better myself in this art, and like I really wanted to do dance like every single minute of my day. I think that's when I realized I was like, okay, I love this.
Like you're thinking about it even when you're not doing it. Yeah. And you want to like keep on doing it whenever you can, right?
Yeah. It's like when your explore page on Instagram turns into just one thing, you know, you're kind of obsessed.
Was it all just dance on your For You page?
Not my For You, my Instagram explore page.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
It's all dance right now.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
I think, like when you're doing something like for yourself without anyone else pressuring you, like it's by your own motivation. Like you want to do it.
That's a good sign.
Even, like when no one else is around, you still want to do it. When no one else is like telling you to. Like I think that's like the sign. Because like other things, like you were saying, like parental pressures, you can have like social pressures to want to do something. But like when it's just like, you're sitting in your bed and you're like, I kind of want to do some improv. Like that's when you know it's like, oh, like that's probably a passion of mine, you know?
Yeah. But I think a lot of teenagers, especially high schoolers really, focus on like, oh, we're going to find my passion. It's because of the college app.
Yeah.
Like,
a little bit.
Like, it's like they think that like, oh, having a passion is necessary for the college app, but it really isn't. Like high school is kind of more like, for me, the way I looked at it was it's your time to figure out what you're interested in, but not necessarily find your passion.
Mm.
Like, there's only a few lucky people.
It's like our formative years before we are able to like
Yeah.
fully launch ourselves into things that we're like actually
Yeah.
into and stuff.
Yeah, because so many people start like a sport or an art, or like they join a bunch of like service clubs in college because they were kind of interested in it during high school.
I just feel like there's just like there's not even like pressure, like there's pressure to do something, but then I also feel like, because I mean I don't have like that many activities, so I'm like trying to do new things, but it's super hard for me to want to like not want to do it, but like to go out and do it, just because like I'm afraid of like other people that have been doing this specific activity for a longer time than me, and I'll be like new at it, and I'm gonna be like, you know.
That's a good point. It's like really hard to put yourself out there like at this age, because like
this age is so bad,
right? Because like not only because, you know, teen social drama, whatever, but like also just like a lot of people have been doing one thing for a long time because they got into it at a younger age, and like but that's not the case for everybody. And then like when you're coming in as a new person, you feel like you have to be like perfect at it already, but it's a process, right? Like you've got to start somewhere.
No, it's the people who gatekeep, where I'm like, girl, why are you gatekeeping?
Yeah.
Like, this is chess, please. Why are you gatekeeping?
You wanted to join chess club?
No, I love chess.
Oh,
I was so good at it.
I didn't know this.
Why don't you join chess club?
Oh, because dance. This is an issue.
Time.
With some people's, time, like, listen, there's so many things I want to do, but I just physically cannot.
Sometimes it's not a choice to not dedicate all of your time to one activity.
Yeah. But I feel like the reason why I can devote all my days to dance is because, like, it's always different. Because, like, it's never the same thing. Like, ballet, like you said, you got bored of ballet because it was so repetitive. But, like...
No hate to ballet, by the way.
Yeah.
Amazing style of dance. It's just not my
cup of tea.
My cup of tea.
Precisely. And not everything has to be your cup of tea. So, like, just, like, dip your toes in. Have a little fun. And, like, all the clubs in... our school. Like, did you know I didn't know there was a mock trial club until Natasha brought it up.
Oh?
I didn't know that
Really?
it was a thing.
I mean, I didn't even know it either until, like, this year.
Yeah. So, like, there's so many clubs at your school. You just gotta go looking a little bit. I bet there's, like...
And, like, just, again, like what we were saying before, like, not being afraid to, like, put yourself out there and try something, even if you've, like, never done it before. Or even if you're, like, you know, you're, like... a complete beginner, because I know I felt like that. I don't know about you, but like when I joined dance again in like middle school, and everybody else had been doing it for a long time, they had like technique, and like they just seemed to know so much more about it, and that was really intimidating at first, because you're like, oh, I'm not like as good as them, like I'll never. And then you get into the mindset of like, oh, what if I can never get that good? Because I started too late, you know, I'm too late at this.
No, it's a self-destructive mindset a lot of people have when it comes to like trying new things.
I feel like it's mostly just like in like my own head when I do that. And it's like, you know,
no one does anything.
You know, maybe people will judge you, like, if you're new at something. Yeah. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. They don't really care about what your level is. I mean, like, mostly people are just caring about what they look like to other people.
True.
Most of the time. So, like, maybe they're not even thinking about you. They're probably thinking about themselves as well. So, I mean, in the end, I mean, I'm like not taking my own advice, but like I want you to better yourself out there. So when I'm like giving, I'm like
so
pep rally.
I'm so inspired.
Whoa, here's the board.
New passion. But like, yeah, I mean, it's just like a mental block. If you just like think about it, it's just super simple. It's like you are the only one stopping yourself from going out and doing new things, or like doing the things you want to be doing. Or trying out. Yeah. Precisely.
Like many students and teenagers are taken aback when it comes to like trying new things, because it is just all like it's just a very self degrading like mindset of like, oh, I can't do this, like I'm not as good as them.
Mm.
Like all they're doing is like judging me right now when no one is saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like unless someone straight up says to you like, you suck, go away. Like if that happens, first of all,
which is rarely.
yes, but if it does happen, you should report it ASAP. But I know that like for me, when I was a freshman, I was with shout out to Sarasa if you got to this point. She's so good, but she's also one of my like closest friends. So like she was just so amazing, and I was in her class, so I was like, wow, I can't be here. But the more I thought about it, I was like, okay, we're in the same class, same like level, because we both went up to dance 3 together. So I was like, we're in the same class. So to justify that, I was like, that logically, that means we're like at the same level. So you just have to talk yourself into like,
Yeah.
because I did in fact say like, she's so good, and I'm like, this, like, there's no way I can actually like be better.
Mm-hmm.
And then I almost got into that trap of just like stopping. But like just changing the way you think about it, like even if it's just lying to yourself, saying like,
but also
I'm as good as her, we're in the same class.
Yeah. But also just making it less of like a competition. Like I know some like sports and like stuff are like by nature they're competitive, right? But like I just think if you're considering it your passion, it shouldn't like feel like a competition, or like you shouldn't like, of course you can always want to be like bettering yourself at it and get and improve at it, but like I just think like when you make it more just about like doing it because you love it.
Compete with yourself, if anybody.
If you're gonna compete with anybody, it should be you, and not like forcing yourself to like live up to other standards.
It's like also like really good if you have like friends to support you in your activity. Like if you're in a club together, like that just makes it so much more fun. It like motivates you to be like doing something with them. It's like the whole package.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just like good bonding experience, and it makes the like overall like whatever you're doing just so much more enjoyable.
Like you could love the sport you're doing, but if your teammates are bad, you're gonna end up hating that sport.
It could be torturous like that.
Yeah, like imagine trying to do something you love with people you hate, or people you don't like, or people who don't like you, right?
Yeah.
Like that's just so horrible that like the discourse of like the team or the whatever the members, like that's gonna leak into the actual subject, if that makes sense. And like always try, for me at least, like a lot of my passion for dance came from who I was dancing with. So like I honestly love when there is like someone objectively better than like everyone else, because that means like I still have more to go, and I'm not the golden standard. Like I have to get to the golden standard, so it's like a push for me to do better, to be better, and stuff like that.
That's true.
It's also like if you're like super good at something and you can never improve, it's kind of like you're just at a standstill and you basically peaked.
You peaked.
Nope. I mean, kinda, and it's just like, what is that for me? It's like, what is so like? There's nothing like super rewarding about it, because I would have already done everything I can in there. So like, what's the point of keep like developing it other than just do it once in a while? Does that even make any sense?
No, that makes sense. Because like.
This is definitely theoretical, because I don't have anything like this.
It's very deep. No, but like, I think like sort of the point of the passion is that you're never gonna be perfect at it. That you're like always working on it. You know what I mean? Something you always do. Don't know.
Like there's always room to do something.
Yeah.
Because once you finish out, like whatever, and you're on the top, and there's nothing to really challenge you, that's when it starts getting boring.
Yeah.
If you can't learn anything new or get anything out of it, that's when it stops. And like, you probably in high school will not find something that you're at the top at.
That happens. I'm not saying that this has happened to any of us.
Yeah, we're definitely not at the top.
We're not there yet.
Of like many things, but but
yeah.
like just like understand that your passion is supposed to challenge you, and if you are comfortable where you are, that's like you have to be driven. Like you're just like, oh yeah, this is fun.
Then it's a hobby.
Yeah. Like you have to like,
which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is
Which
fine.
is
Hobbies are good.
hobbies
Love
can
hobbies.
hobbies can turn
Hobbies.
hobbies can turn into passions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Easily.
but like, I guess there's like that differentiation of like hobbies are something you can just do for fun to kill time to like I don't know have something to do. But then a passion is something that like you're really motivated and you're always like pushing yourself to do. It can be like hard, but it's also rewarding.
Like
Our motivational speech.
Yep.
We
What?
warned you guys.
You were
we
saying
warned
something?
No. What were you saying?
Oh, okay. Like, I think that if whoever's listening is a high schooler, just know that you really don't have to stress about finding your life's passion right now.
Yeah.
Like, you're fine. Just, like, breathe a little and just try new things, and whatever sticks, and whatever doesn't.
Yeah. If you're feeling that pressure, though, just do anything. Try anything you want because, like, no one really cares what you do.
No, but that's the key thing. It has to be something you want. Because if it's...
Do you think, like, passions can change over time?
Oh,
Oh,
definitely.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, I used to love drawing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
When I was, like a kid, I literally filled, like, 2-3 sketchbooks, like, to the max. And it was so fun. And then I just stopped. Like, I also wanted to be a vet up until sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just randomly stopped.
Oh.
So, like, they come and they go.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that is fine.
Yeah.
Wait. I think...
Waiting.
What was I going to say?
Loading.
It was a question. I am loading. I'm like that TikTok filter.
It's spinning.
Do you think that, like, what my biggest fear is that I get so involved in a passion up until like 30-something, and then it dies.
Oh.
Like, that's my biggest fear when it comes to passion.
Yeah.
That it just dies when when I cannot go back.
Mm.
So, like, midlife crisis?
Very, very much so.
Basically.
But we're not there yet.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
No, because it's, you know, like people who like, this is sort of different, but like career-wise, like they're like, oh my God, I'm so passionate about law. I'm going to be a lawyer. And then they get halfway through law school and they're like, I hate this.
It's like, it's nothing
You know?
like you expected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like being a doctor,
Yeah.
I guess. It's just...
It's hard.
It's hard to know what you... Like, I don't really understand, like, people that say they want to, like, be things. Like, no offense if you, like, know, you actually know if you want to do it. But it's just, like, you don't actually know anything about it until you, like, put yourself into that environment and, like, start doing those things.
Yeah.
And it's just...
I
I
wonder...
mean, just, like, that. I feel like that's just, like, career-wise, not, like, actual, like...
Yeah. But a lot of people say, like, you should, like, sounds so lame, like, live your passion. Like, you should do a career that's, like, you're passionate about, right?
Passion or money is always the question.
Yeah, because that's what I was wondering. Like, do you guys think, like, that's a smart idea? Or, like, should you do something more practical? Because, like, because you were saying, like,
It
what if
depends on
you're
your
passionate
values,
about
right?
it
Like,
at
it definitely
first, and then,
depends on-
like, later you stop being passionate?
Yeah. See,
Then is it worth
I'm doing my life for passion right now.
Love to see it.
But that's why I'm gonna double major.
Okay.
So-
he's got a backup plan.
So if passion doesn't work out, I can always do something practical.
yeah.
Yeah, but
It's good to be versatile if you want to be. It's just, I would be really worried if I, like, actually go through that and, like, I'm interested in something and then I just, like, stop. Being interested. That is scary.
Yeah.
It is.
But
I guess
we
in the
are-
moment you can't know, so
Yeah,
you might as well just go
precisely.
for it.
exactly, you go for it. And if there's one thing you should take away from this episode, it's definitely just go for anything you want to go for.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you figure out what your passion is and isn't. Am I right, ladies?
Preach.
Be okay with constantly developing, but don't be comfortable at a standstill. Don't just say, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to find my passion tomorrow, and then you just keep delaying it. Because that is not okay.
And also, you won't like find it at first. You have to do it for a little while to like see if you're gonna.
You gotta put in the work at first.
Yes.
Soak the toes, don't dip.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's kind of all
Yeah.
we got for all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us, Hannah.
Thank you for having me.
Passions. If you wanna follow us everywhere, you can follow
on Instagram.
us on Instagram at offtherails.pod, and personally at justin.tran with 2 T's in the Justin.
And Natasha Roach. And
Hannah.Torjesen, but I don't know if you'll be able to spell my last name, so
It'll be
wishing
in the
you
you can
luck.
description.
stalk
Wishing
us
you
on
luck.
our Instagram if you follow us.
That's true.
You can get exclusive access to Hannah.
Anyways. Any last words for our viewers?
Follow your passions, guys.
Amen.
You heard it
So
here.
inspirational.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.